Hello everyone and welcome to your second installment of your military fitness bootcamp program with your PTI for the next 4 weeks, James. I'm going to be taking you through phase 1 basic training today. If you joined us for the last session, which if you are here and you're watching this and you haven't already done that first session, make sure you get on it. That was our physical preparedness session. That was our fitness assessments. That was to see if you can cut the mustard for this course and have a good grounding to start. We're going to take you into basic training today, guys. So what I would like all of you to do first of all is to pause this video after this next instruction. It's really important that you do this because our goal over the next 4 sessions is to try and build you up so that you can be even better at your basic physical fitness assessment that we did in the first video of this series. What I need you all to do is to go out and just do a nice 1.5 mile jog at about a 7 out of 10 rate of perceived exertion. Not something that you're pushing too hard. I don't want you to come back in and completely gassed. Manage your pace so that you feel okay, but you know that you're working a little bit. You should be warm to touch. Your breath should be up a little bit, but if you need to slow down a touch because you're getting too goosed, that's absolutely fine. We're going to use this as part of our warm-up. Make sure you go away and do this, and then resume, press play, and I'll see you in about 10 to 15 minutes. Well, welcome back. I hope you enjoyed your nice little 1.5 mile jog, and let's continue our warm-up now with a little bit of fun and games. You'll notice that if you did that first workout, that we had a lot of silliness, a lot of fun, and that's going to continue now. So a big part of basic training with the military, you all know what it's about. It's about that assault course, and I'm going to paint a picture of a scenario assault course for you all now. I want you all to join in, play the game, have a little bit of fun. As ever, we need to start off with a bit of jogging, so let's go. Okay, so you're jogging through your assault course. We can get a good 30 seconds of this jog here, guys. Make sure that you are lifting your knees slightly to the front and try to make sure that you're not tick-tocking. I want those arms to move. I don't want your arms to be linked by the side. As that left knee's coming up, the right arm should be coming up. Let's keep that jog going. Now we're going to get ourselves to the first obstacle here. It's going to be a big cargo net, so we're going to have to climb up it. Okay, so we're at the cargo net now. We'll reach up and start climbing up that cargo net. Climbing up that cargo net all the way to the top. Good, we're going to start climbing down now. Reach down towards the floor, keep those feet going. We're going to carry on jogging. Carry on jogging to the next obstacle. Next obstacle, we're going to get onto a balance beam. Arms out to the side and just start walking. I want you to walk forward a few steps, one foot in front of the other, and backwards, forwards, and backwards, and let's carry on jogging. Okay, until we get to the next set of obstacles. So we're going to have some over-unders here. So if I shout over, everyone's going to jump over, and if I shout under, we're going to duck under. Okay guys, so get ready. Over, over, under, over, under. Another cargo net, guys, so climb over that cargo net. Climb down the cargo net. Keep running, balance beam, under, over, and carry on jogging. Well done. Okay guys, so the next part of the assault course is going to take us through the trees a little bit. There's big branches in the way. These are never nice woods and forests when you're doing military training. So move those branches out of the way of your faces, move out of the way of your legs, move out of the way of your middle, over, under, and carry on jogging. Well done. Another cargo net. Start climbing up that cargo net. Climbing down the cargo net. And carry on jogging. Well done. Heart rate should be getting up nicely here. Now military training camps always seem to be completely infested with midgets. So they're biting your ears. Get them off your ears. Biting your elbows. Get them off your elbows. Biting your knees. Biting your middles. Biting your toes. Heads. Shoulders. Knees. Toes. We won't break into song. This is obviously a very, very serious training session. Cargo net. Down the cargo net. Balance beam. Over. Under. Over. Under. Over. Under. Balance beam. Well done. And carry on jogging. Well done. Remember there's still those branches. So keep those branches going out of the way. Well done. Now we're going to get some nets that we're going to have to crawl underneath. Be firing live ammunition. So when I shout down, you can get down on your belly. Imagine that you've done a crawl. Obviously you're not going anywhere to go, we're in our living rooms or wherever else. If you're not going to actually crawl, But down onto your belly, up, good, well done. So there's another instruction there, down, up, well done, over, under, climb over a cargo net, back down, under, balance beam, well done. Midgets attacking you, get them off, round by your toes, up by your heads, down by your toes, down, up, down, up, over, under, down, up, and that'll do times. Everybody should be feeling nice and warm now. Get yourself a little drink and we'll go into the next stage of this workout. So the next stage of your basic training is going to be making sure that we are able to progress on those exercises that you did in your physical fitness assessment, your basic physical fitness assessment. Okay, so what we're going to be doing here is working with some regressions, and we're going to do them as a circuit. I know we do military fitness beyond basic training probably, but we did do an awful lot of circuit training. I'm going to demonstrate the exercises to you here. Make sure that you have a little play along and you have a good feel for it before we engage in what is going to be a 10-minute circuit. That's all, okay? So, I'm going to start off with an incline press up. I want your hands to be in a similarly narrow-ish, just below the shoulder position that you did during your assessment. Your elbow should go in pretty much close to the side here. And what we would like with this is to get the depth that you were doing during your test and getting that full extension up, just like so. Now, if you are unable during your test to do full press-ups, what I would recommend that you do is go down onto your knees and maybe try and find something which isn't necessarily as high as these chairs. It's the same kind of principle. So our knees are going to go down. I want you to focus on getting your depth and pushing up from there, like so. Okay, that's going to be the first exercise, and we're going to do that for 30 seconds. Okay, everyone? So that's going to be 30 seconds worth of work. The next exercise that we're going to do is you're going to get yourself onto your yoga mats, just like so. And of course, with your sit-ups that we did previously for your assessment, we were doing it pinching the ears, elbows down to the floor, and up towards the knees. What I'd like you to do on this particular workout is start with your elbows to the knees, and you're going to go down, but not all of the way. Just go down to a point where your lower back touches, but you are able to come up, and you're going to focus on the top part of the sit-up. You're not going to go all the way down and all the way up. If you are going down to a point you cannot get back up from and you collapse, that means that you're going too low. That, guys, is going to be the second exercise. The third exercise is going to be as follows. It's almost like the first part of the burpee. Of course, you did do the burpees by numbers in your physical fitness assessment. So for that, you're going to be crouching down like you would do with a burpee, palms flat on the floor, but then we're going to stand up to attention. So palms flat, attention, palms flat, attention. I really want you to make sure that those hands are slapping into the floor. Okay, guys? And once you've done that, guys, the last part is going to be the squat thrust. So that part of the burpee on its own, separated out, you jump out with your legs, in with your knees. Out with your legs, in with your knees. Okay? Now we're going to be working through each of these for 30 seconds at a time. And we're going to go through that 5 rounds. Okay, that's what we're going to go for. So it's going to equal 10 minutes in total. So let's get ourselves prepared. Get yourself into your position for your incline press-ups. And I'm going to start the timer for you. Okay? So get yourselves ready to go. Pause this video if you need a little bit more time setting up. And as ever, just give your absolute very best. This is 10 minutes of work, and you will have a recovery, bit of ab work, and then a finisher. Okay? So stand by in 3, 2, 1. Let's go with those incline press-ups, guys. Okay? So it's just for 30 seconds. And then we're going to have a nice quick transition to the top part of the sit-up movement. So let's remember, when we're doing those press-ups, elbows are going to stay in towards the side, and we are focusing on getting that depth. But this should be a little bit easier than when you're in that full position on the floor. Again, if you do need to drop on your knees, that's fine. We've got another 5 seconds before we get that change over, so try and get another couple in before we move on. And change down to your mat straight away. Pinch your ears. Start at the top, elbows to the knees, and just lower yourself down to a point that you can come up from. Okay, and just do as many as you can, okay? You've got 15 seconds left of that to go, and then you can be standing yourselves up and doing that first part of that burpee where you come out to attention and slapping your palms down on the floor. There'll be 10 seconds to go. Let's just try and get a few more reps in there, working on that upper range, the upper part of that sit-up exercise, trying to build up from last session, and change. Let's go. So stand yourself to attention, and then down, palms down, stand to attention, palms down, stand to attention. Let's try and do this as fast as we can. Really protrude your chest out over the top. Make sure that you're nice and tall. Good stuff. Let's really rep this out, really rep this exercise out. I want those palms to be touching like they would have to be doing if you were doing the full burpee, but you're not doing the full burpee. We're splitting the burpee up into 2 separate movements here. Try and get a couple more in because we've got a couple more seconds. Okay, stay at the bottom now, and straight into the squat first, jumping out with the legs, jumping in with the knees. Jumping out with the legs, jumping in with the knees. Let's try and get as many as we possibly can. Let's really rep those out. Now what you will find is at the end of this round, it's going to feel pretty tough, I have to say, it's going to feel pretty tough going from this into doing the press-ups. Now if at any point in the press-ups you fail, just drop down, regress the exercise, or if you're already on your knees, give yourself that little bit of a break, 5, 6, 7 seconds, and try and get yourself back into it, okay? A couple more squat thrusts, and change back to the original exercise. Let's go. So 2 minutes, 10 minutes have gone. So let's do this. Down, up, down, up, down, up. Really try and get that depth in there as you're doing that. Like I said, if you want to drop onto your knees, or you need to drop onto your knees, you can do for this as long as you've maxed out a full position. If you are able to do it in a position, do it in a full position. If you're on your knees and it feels a little bit easy, even though in the test you were doing them on your knees, feel free to try the full ones. Okay, change guys, strength to the sit-up exercise, let's go. So, top part of the movement again, pinch the ears, just lower down to where you feel like you can, and come up from there. This will take a little bit of control. You're not going to be able to rep loads out. You might find that your feet are coming off the floor. If that's the case and you're not able to control that, just stick them underneath a couch or get somebody to hold them like you did when you were doing your fitness assessment in the first workout of this military fitness course, okay? Get yourselves up straight away now guys, and straight into coming down, palms on the floor, standing to attention. Palms on the floor, standing to attention. Let's really try and get a good rhythm on these, get as many in as you can. Good work, looking good, looking decent across the board here team. Like I said, we're going to go for 5 rounds of this, which takes us to 10 minutes worth of work. And what that will mean across the board is that you end up having done 2.5 minutes on each of the exercises, okay? 2.5 minutes on each of the exercises. Okay, try and get a couple more in, then down straight to the squat thrust position, and let's try and really rep these out, shooting those legs out, into that press up position. Let's go, good work, okay? So we started off on this circuit. Remember this circuit, the whole point of it, try and get a real bit of intensity, but the overall volume load is going to be greater than what you had to do when you were doing your actual physical fitness assessment on the first one. So when we come back to it, hopefully we've been able to make a little bit of progress on that, and that's something we're going to be looking at across the board. Get yourself ready to get yourself back to your press-ups. James, let's go, okay, into those press-ups. And remember, if you do need to be on your knees, that's fine, try and keep the elbows in, and push up. Obviously these chairs are here for me in a position that you guys can see on the camera. But what I would suggest, if you do have chairs that are like, just to avoid them sliding back, make sure that they're up against something which is reasonably solid, okay? But 10 more seconds for those press-ups. So if you can do them full, if you are doing them on your knees and it feels quite easy, feels like you're not getting as much from it, try some. Even if you try 1 or 2 in a full position and then you can't do any more. Just doing that every now and again is going to be great. Okay, change over, straight to your sit-ups. Let's go. Remember, it's just the top part of the movement. Hook your feet in something if you need to. Just go down as low as you can, but are able to come back up, okay, without going right down to the floor. We're just trying to work in that top part of the range, okay? 10 more seconds. Let's really try and get as many reps on this as we possibly can. Let's go. Go and try and squeeze a couple more in. 5 seconds to go. Getting down, get that little control hold, okay, and change. Except standing, up to attention, palms down, up to attention, palms down, up to attention. And let's go, down, up, let's really try and have a good bit of ferocity with this. Nice work, okay, we're halfway through what we're doing here. Nice, 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 looking good across the board. Last little bit. Okay guys, and change into the squat thrust now, into the squat thrust. Out and in, out and in. Let's go into those squat thrusts. Try and get as many in as you can. And this is going to take us into what will be our penultimate round, once we've done these squat thrusts, okay? Now it's really important with those squat thrusts, you keep the weight over the top of the arms and you're really trying to get those knees between the arm position like you have to be when you're doing your burpees. Those knees need to come all the way in and then shoot all the way out. Make sure that you're nice and flat when you do that shooting out part, okay? Great stuff, you've got 5 seconds to go. Good, here we go. Second to last round on the press ups, let's go. Second to last round on those press ups. Down and pushing back up. Good, and make sure that you are maintaining the form. Remember, it's really important that we're standardising the form of what we're doing as much as possible because we are trying to make the progressions across the programme. And if we just chuck in jump reps, basically reps that are for the sake of reps that are just about going up and down, and we're not really giving our body the opportunity to get where it needs to be. Okay, probably got a couple more in there. Okay, then change over straight back to your sit-up exercise, let's go. So from the top, coming down part way, and then coming back up. Coming down part way, and then coming back up. Coming down part way, then coming back up. Down part way, coming back up. Let's keep that going. Well done, looking good across the board. We've got another 12 seconds. Make sure that you're keeping that intensity. Don't allow yourself to have that little break now, not when you've got so little time to go. Okay, try and squeeze in a couple more reps and then straight back up onto your feet, stand into attention, palms down, stand into attention. Really lock yourself up into that attention position with your chest out, arms and shoulders back before you crouch down. And when you crouch down, try and make it that your legs are bending to put those palms on the floor. Try not to have a situation where you are bending the back, okay? And letting your t-shirt slide up and show off your boxies. That's not what we're going for. Okay, 8 more seconds to go and then it's going to be the squat thrust. And then we are into that final round. Just a 10-minute blast of circuit this. Okay, ready? And change. Squat thrust. So palms are on the floor. Shooting out with the legs, shooting in. Shooting out with the legs, shooting in. Let's go for it. Let's try and get as much in as we possibly can. Great work. Great work across the board here. I want everyone to really be trying to get as much from this as they can, with the goal that in 3 weeks' time, these sessions' time, that when you come back to doing your physical fitness assessments, we see the numbers improve for each of the exercises that we are doing. Okay? And let's make sure that we are getting that across the board. Okay guys, change. Here we go. Final round on the press ups. It's your last time on this. I want everyone to use this last round to really push themselves. So whereas it might have been a bit more control and holding back before, on this one, we really are just going to try and get as many as we can. We're going to go for a little bit of speed. That doesn't mean that we're sacrificing the form, but it just means that we're willing to push the boat out a little bit because we know we've not got anything really coming after this from the press up perspective. Probably get 2 more in. Change, going into that sit up. Okay, guys, so remember, just the top part of the movement, hook your feet underneath something if you need to. If your feet are leaving and you can't get down to that halfway point and come back up without your feet coming off the floor, that's a problem. So hook your feet under something or get something to grab them. Because remember, it's not going all the way down, we're just focusing on part of the movement. In the same kind of way that we're doing here by regressing with the press ups, what we're doing is we're almost sort of taking an opportunity where we're taking the exercise back a little bit, but we're increasing the intensity of what we're doing. Okay, change guys, standing up to attention, down, palms down and back up. Slap the floor if you need to make sure that those palms are touching. Great stuff, 20 more seconds of this. Yep, so we're almost taking it so that the exercise itself is a regression, it's a little bit easier, but there's an increased amount of volume. We're kind of breaking things down to give us the opportunity to improve on those parts of the movement. And we're going to see this across the next 3 sessions before we come back to retesting. Okay, squat thrust, this is it now. Final bits, you can absolutely put yourself out there. Full squat thrust, legs out, legs in, legs out, legs in, legs out, legs in. Let's go for it as fast as we can. Well done, come on. Last 15 seconds. Let's make sure that every single person is trying to get as absolute much as they possibly can from this little circuit. You will get a break afterwards. Here we go. Rep it out, no stopping now. We've only got 5 seconds to go. That's at least another 5 squat thrusts. 3, come on. 2, 1, time. Great stuff. And there you go, that's your circuit. So the idea there is that all of you would end up doing 2.5 minutes on each of those movements. Remember with the burpee, that was broken down into the squat thrust and standing up and down, that means 5 minutes. And remember the testing for that was 4 minutes, and the testing for the press-ups and the sit-ups was 2 minutes each. So, get yourself a drink of water, and we'll go into the next stage of today's workout. So now we've completed the circuit training, we're going to rein it back in a little bit, and we're going to do a little bit of skill at arms training. And what this is going to equate to is a bit of an ab circuit, just to build up some of that midsection. Okay, so what's important here again is we play the game, and what I want you to do is when I give the word of command, I want you to repeat that as you do the movement and the exercise. Okay, so skill harms. First thing we're going to do is to properly clear the weapon. Clearing a weapon basically is making sure that there's a round, that there isn't a round in the chamber. Okay, so you're all going to start off on your back, just like so. And like I said, we're going to turn this into a little bit of an ab exercise. Okay. So, in order to clear the weapon, we have to follow the following procedure. It's safety catch, change lever, sights, cock the working parts to the rear, perform a 7-point check. We then have to do the bolt release, we have to forward assist, we have to take the safety off, we have to pull the trigger, we then have to put the safety back on, we have to do the dust cover, and we have to check the sights again. Okay? A lot to follow, and this is going to form one big ab complex that we're going to work up with a pyramid. So as you do this, you get more confident with it. We're going to give ourselves a good 15 seconds of recovery in between every single full set as we go on. So I'm going to start off with the safety catch. So for the safety catch, I want you to do a sit-up as we have been doing, pinching your ears, elbows down. You're going to go all the way up towards your knees, and you're going to go back down. Change lever, you're going to do a leg raise immediately, taking your legs up, and then back down, and then you're going to do sides, where you're going to split your leg and look down through the gap between the legs. You're going to cock the working parts to the rear, which is bringing the knees in, and at this point you're then going to do your 7-point check, which is 7 air bike on each leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. From there your legs are out, we're going to do a bolt release, where we're going to do a jackknife, and not touching our toes like so. Once we've done the jackknife, we're going to do a leg extension, knees in, legs out. We're going to bring the feet on the floor because we've got to take the safety off. Remember, safety is that sit up. We're going to come up and we're going to go down. From there, we're going to pull the trigger, which is going to be a V-sit. We're going to extend out. We're going to come in, go back down. Once we've done the trigger, we're going to do another sit up, which is the safety on, dust cover, a little Russian twist at the bottom, and sights. We're going to split the legs, and again we're going to put them back down. And that is the full sequence. And even doing one of those is quite challenging. So take the time for you to pause the video in order to get to grips with this. Make sure you do. It will feel a little bit complicated, but it'll be so good on the abs. Okay? So again, from the beginning, safety catch, sit up, change lever, leg raise, sights, split the legs, cock the working parts to the rear, bring those knees in, 7-point check, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, legs around now, bolt release, which is the jackknife, the bolt is released, now we have to do a forward assist, which is the leg extension, knees in, legs out, safety off, which is going to be the sit up, pull the trigger, which is going to be a V-sit, like so, safety back on, Russian twist, which is the dust cover, and sights, which is a leg split again. That's the full sequence, 15 seconds recovery, and we go again. So again, from the beginning, safety catch, sit up, change lever, leg raise, sights, split the legs, cock the working parts to the rear, bring those knees in, 7-point check, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Legs around now, bolt release, which is the jackknife. The bolt is released. Now we have to do a forward assist, which is the leg extension. Knees in, legs out, safety off, which is going to be the sit up. Pull the trigger, which is going to be a V-sit. Like so, safety back on. Russian twist, which is the dust cover, and sights, which is a leg split again. That's the full sequence, 15 seconds recovery, and we go again. So again, from the beginning, safety catch, sit up, change lever, leg raise, sights, split the legs, cock the working parts to the rear, bring those knees in, 7-point check, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, legs around now, bolt release, which is the jackknife. The bolt is released. Now we have to do a forward assist, which is a leg extension. Knees in, legs out, safety off, which is going to be the sit-up. Pull the trigger, which is going to be a V-sit. Like so. Safety back on. Russian twist, which is the dust cover. And sights, which is a leg split again. That's the full sequence, 15 seconds recovery. We go again. So again, from the beginning, safety cat, sit up, change lever, leg raise, sights, split the legs, cobra working parts to the rear, bring those knees in, 7-point check, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, legs around now, bolt release, which is the jackknife. The bolt is released, now we have to do a forward assist, which is the leg extension, knees in, legs out, safety off, which is going to be the sit-up. Pull the trigger, which is going to be a V-sit. Like so. Safety back on. Russian twist, which is the dust cover. And sights, which is a leg split again. That's the full sequence, 15 seconds recovery. We go again. So again, from the beginning, safety cat, sit up. Change lever, leg raise, sights, split the legs, cobra working parts to the rear, bring those knees in, 7-point check, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, legs around now, bolt release, which is the jackknife. The bolt is released, now we have to do a forward assist, which is the leg extension, knees in, legs out, safety off, which is going to be the sit-up. Pull the trigger, which is going to be a V-sit. Like so. Safety back on. Russian twist, which is the dust cover. And sights, which is a leg split again. That's the full sequence, 15 seconds recovery. We go again. So again, from the beginning, safety cat, sit up. Change lever, leg raise. Sights, split the legs. Cobra working parts to the rear, bring those knees in, 7-point check, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, legs around now, bolt release, which is the jackknife. The bolt is released, now we have to do a forward assist, which is the leg extension, knees in, legs out, safety off, which is going to be the sit-up. Pull the trigger, which is going to be a V-sit. Like so. Safety back on. Russian twist, which is the dust cover. And sights, which is a leg split again. That's the full sequence, 15 seconds recovery. We go again. So again, from the beginning, safety cat, sit up. Change lever, leg raise. Sights, split the legs. Cobra working parts to the rear, bring those knees in, 7-point check, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, legs around now, bolt release, which is the jackknife. The bolt is released, now we have to do a forward assist, which is the leg extension, knees in, legs out, safety off, which is going to be the sit-up. Pull the trigger, which is going to be a V-sit. Like so. Safety back on. Russian twist, which is the dust cover. And sights, which is a leg split again. That's the full sequence, 15 seconds recovery. We go again. So again, from the beginning, safety cat, sit up. Change lever, leg raise. Sights, split the legs. Cobra working parts to the rear, bring those knees in, 7-point check, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, legs around now, bolt release, which is the jackknife. The bolt is released, now we have to do a forward assist, which is the leg extension, knees in, legs out, safety off, which is going to be the sit-up. Pull the trigger, which is going to be a V-sit. Like so. Safety back on. Russian twist, which is the dust cover. And sights, which is a leg split again. That's the full sequence, 15 seconds recovery, and we go again. So again, from the beginning, safety cat, sit up, change lever, leg raise, sides, split the legs, cobra working parts to the rear, bring those knees in, 7-point check, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, legs around now, bolts release, which is the jackknife, the bolt is released, now we have to do a forward assist, which is the leg extension, knees in, legs out, safety off, which is going to be the sit-up. Pull the trigger, which is going to be a V-sit. Like so. Safety back on. Russian twist, which is the dust cover. And sides, which is a leg split again. That's the full sequence, 15 seconds recovery, and we go again. So again, from the beginning, safety cat, sit up. Change lever, leg raise, sides, split the legs, cobra working parts to the rear, bring those knees in, 7-point check, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, legs around now, bolts release, which is the jackknife, the bolt is released, now we have to do a forward assist, which is the leg extension, knees in, legs out, safety off, which is going to be the sit-up. Pull the trigger, which is going to be a V-sit. Like so. Safety back on. Russian twist, which is the dust cover. And sides, which is a leg split again. Some really challenging ab work there, which is really going to bring up those sit-ups and a bunch of the other movements which are important in our physical fitness assessment. You should really feel that in the midsection. After doing that, well done to everybody who managed to keep up, and don't worry if you didn't, it's all about giving your absolute best for this program. Next up, we are going to be going into the finisher, and again I'm going to be saying my goodbyes to you because I am going to be asking you to leave the screen, and that's because going out and doing the running side of this program, obviously you can't do this with me in front of you. Okay, feel free to download this in some way, shape or form as a podcast and have me in your ear. But now guys, you did a 1.5 miles before the session as a warm-up where you just went out and you did a nice gentle jog. Okay, this time guys, I want you to do the following. However long it took you to do your 1.5 miles when you were doing your fitness assessment, so however long that took, so in your fitness assessment when you did best effort, okay, you may have done your 1.5 miles in, let's say, 10 minutes, okay? What I would like you to do with that time now is to go out, don't worry about how far you go, but I want you to run continuously as hard as you can for that time, and that will be your finisher for today's program, for phase 1 basic training, our second episode, our second installment of this program. So you do have to say goodbye to me, you will have to turn this off to go and do this. Whatever time that you managed your 1.5 miles in before, whatever that time was, you're not going to measure distance now, you're going to get out there and you're going to run as hard as you can for that time. That is going to be the finisher for this. I hope you've enjoyed a challenging workout today, and I look forward to bringing you back for what will be phase 2, our third installment, before we're into our 4th installment, which is actually taking you on operations. Good luck. I hope you enjoyed this workout today. Make sure that you leave your feedback in the comments below, and we'll see you all very soon.